Hello students, today I am going to explain about future tense. So at first I'll explain you that future tense, there are four kinds of future tense. First is simple future, in which you will find subject and after then shall or will, and then you have to use V1. This is the most important thing, is that when you are making a sentence related to future, on that time you have to use V1 after shall or will. Okay, so when you are using simple future, that means the sentence related to simple future tense, on that time at first there will be a subject, after then shall or will. And one most important thing is that we should use shall for I or we, and will for accepting these two words. Okay, the action which is necessary, on that time you can interchange these two words. That means for I or we you have to use will, and for that means accepting these two words you have to use shall. But when this action is necessary, on that time you have to interchange these two words. And now for the second part, that is future continuous tense, in which you will find that in future time that the work will be going on in future time. Okay, for this at first you have to use subject, and after then shall or will according to subject. And I have told you that after that shall or will you have to use V1. But I have told you that when you are making a sentence related to continuous, just like I have told you that you have to make a sentence related to future continuous tense. Future continuous, that means you are listening a word continuous. That means in this word you have to use V4. But you are knowing very well that what should be in first form when you are using shall or will. So how will you make a sentence related to future continuous? So for this, at first you have to use subject, and then you have to use shall or will, and for V1 you have to use B. Okay, and then you can use V4. Okay, so the structure is subject, and after then shall or will, then you have to use B, and after then you have to use V4. Okay, this is the structure of future continuous tense. And now I'm going to explain you about future perfect tense. When you have to make a sentence related to future perfect tense, when you are making a sentence, when you are using a sentence related to future perfect tense, on that time you are knowing very well that you have to use V1 after then shall or will. And I want to make you clear that when you are using shall or will in a sentence, on that time you should not use has, because has is related to V5 and have is related to V1. So when you want to make a sentence related to future perfect tense, that means on the time you have to use have, not has. Okay, so at first you have to use subject, and after then shall or will, then you have to use have, not has, and then you have to use V3. Okay, and now the last part is future perfect continuous tense. So you have to be very careful when you are making a sentence related to future perfect continuous tense. That means at first you have to use subject, after then shall or will. After then I told you that you have to use have, not has. Okay, then you have to use been. Then after you have to use V4. Okay, and the most important thing in that means in this sentence or in this tense, that you have to not use since. This is the most important thing when you are making a sentence related to future tense. Okay, in future tense, or for the future perfect continuous tense, we should not use since. We should use for and from. From, that means for the point of time, and for period of time. Okay. So if you are watching the videos, that means regularly, then you will feel that there is an improvement in yourself. Okay, students, thank you.